Hey, it's Kevin. Thanks for coming by for another No BS social media chat. Over the last few weeks, we've been discussing some of these social media basics, some of the basics that, in all honesty, are kind of timeless when it comes to social media because they really haven't changed too much, at least since we started doing these videos, and in all honesty, since the beginning of social media marketing when it first came around a little over a decade ago. Today, we're talking about the social media rules. And it's funny because every time I meet a new client, talk about social media with somebody, even at a party, they'll say, now, like, so what are some of the basic social media rules I should be following? And I kind of chuckle, and it's like, well, there really are no rules because what works for one doesn't always work for another. And more importantly, I've seen people violate what I would consider to be just a general social media rule and have it work to their advantage. So while there are no set rule books, and you can go online and try to search in Google and go to type in social media rules, and you'll see a lot of people with their social media rules. But the one thing I found is the minute you post a rule, the minute you create a rule, it gets violated immediately. Somebody's able to go right around it. In my world, to me, it's a marathon, not a sprint, would be a social media rule. But yet I've seen people put up a Facebook page and have it grow rapidly overnight because they've hit the right people, because they've hit on the right thing. Recently, I was watching Saturday Night Live a couple of weeks ago when Donald Glover was hosting, and he was also the musical guest as Childish Gambino. And he debuted a couple of new songs, and I'm looking at these songs going, well, I've got all his albums, and I don't really remember those. Maybe they're new songs, and boom, by the middle of the night, he had a new video for one of the songs, and within a day, it had 18 million views. Now, he didn't announce, here's a new song. He didn't announce, I've got new music coming up. He just played it, put up a video, and then everybody else did the work. So can you get 18, 20 million views? Now, of course, it's Donald Glover. Of course, he's famous, got a TV show, he's acted in a movie. I mean, so that's a rare exception. But sure, let's take that 18 million and say, can you get 100,000 views on a video overnight? Perhaps. Now, you can't just put something up on YouTube and if you don't already have a great following, expect people to immediately find it. And I think that's one of the rules that kind of holds steady, that, just because you post it doesn't mean it's going to matter, just doesn't mean it's going to resonate. I've seen, well, say take Instagram. I've posted similar content to my Instagram profiles. I've got one that I kind of focus on neon signs. It's just for fun, and I've been posting it there for years. And before, I could just throw up a picture, not even throw any hashtags on it, and get 150, 200 likes on a picture. Today, same picture, not the exact same picture, but same, similar picture, kind of a general feel, and I struggle to get 200 likes. And more importantly, I have to add hashtags to be able to get there because there are just so many more people on Instagram. There are so many more people on Facebook. There's so many more people online. Your information is getting lost in the shuffle. Even if you've got a good following, you've got a good follower base on Facebook. Well, as they continually change the rules, it's harder and harder to reach those people without paying to reach those people. So, we can create some fake rules. You got to pay to play. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Quality is better than quantity. And again, they're more proverbs to me than they're rules. But in reality, and I think we've got to accept, you know what? Here we are 10, 12 years in, and it's still the wild, wild west. There are still no set rules, and the minute somebody creates one, now there are good practices, and I think that's the big difference. Talking about good practices, about not only just sharing with people, but communicating with people. I advocate more and more all the time, and always have, about being a good social media citizen where it's a give and take. We talked about that a couple of weeks ago, where not only do you put out content, but you then interact with the people that follow you. Because it's the interaction, it's the social component of social media that is still most important. Now again, you know what? I know a lot of bands that just violate that horribly by just putting out content and just saying, hey, look at me, hey, go do this, hey, go follow this, hey, go buy this. And because they've got a big fan base already, they get that. But are they truly getting the social media experience? I don't think so. But again, they can do everything to my set of rules wrong and still be very successful. So there are no rules. It is the wild, wild west. And I know it kind of defeats the purpose of you were looking for some guidance, some rules here to get you through the day. Be honest with you, figure out what works for you. Right, wrong, indifferent. I don't have to like it. If somebody else doesn't have to like it, but if it works, it works. And if you can go to bed at night knowing, hey, you know what, I didn't do something illegal, I didn't do something bad, and you can feel good about it, then let it work until it stops working, and then try something else. Back next week. another No BS social media chat. Hopefully I'll have the answers for you next week. NoBSSocial.com, our website. Of course, you can find me here, my phone number, my email address coming up. We're on all the socials. Just go to the website, find out all the information. We'll see you next week with another chat. Thanks so much.